So yeah.
Okay, no, I like that. It's, yeah, kind of the calmness also allows you to kind of just be a bit more in touch
Exactly.
with yourself and kind of embody the music, not just listen.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, amazing. So
yeah.
and enjoying the journey as well.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Stopped by now.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah. Music is not for the faint-hearted. Like the industry is not for the faint-hearted. If you don't really love it, you'd stop a long time ago. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Crazy that you were able to make tracks like that without having met people as well.
I know, yeah. It's
incredible.
Yeah. Max.
I hope you've not pressed any buttons on the mic. Let me see.
I was like...
No, you're good.
I was
Thank
really
God.
thinking about it for ages, like, oh my gosh, I hope I haven't pressed anything. But I couldn't check because I was like, oh, that's going to take me out of it if I like start checking. One take, wow.
So easy.
I can never do anything in one take. Hi, this is artist Lebo and you're tuned into After the Applause.
This is After the Applause. Hiya guys, welcome back to After the Applause. We're on episode 33. My name is Saoirse Marie, and if you're new here, welcome. This is a podcast highlighting and platforming underground artists, events, everything to do with the grassroots in the north of England specifically. Today, we're stepping into a new genre, not new, but we haven't done this one before. I'm very excited for this. This one's been in the works for a long time. So on today's show, we have guest artist Lebo. Now in the interview, I do say artist Lebo, however, it is pronounced artist Lebo, so Lebo, please forgive me. Artist Lebo is an Afro House DJ, producer and vocalist who was born in South Africa and moved to the UK in her teens. In this episode, we talk about her journey as an Afro House artist, the collective she set up in March of this year called the Faces of Afro House, and the journey she's going on with that. And we also discussed briefly this sound called 3-step, which was recently discovered in 2022. This is a really interesting interview because we go into a new niche that we haven't really talked about on the show before. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. And of course, we started with asking Lebo the all-important question. What was the first gig you ever went to?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. The first gig I ever went to, well, actually, in college, I studied music technology. So we would put on gigs because basically we studied all aspects of the music industry. So production, engineering, events management, we did absolutely everything. So we would put on events ourselves as well. But I don't really remember those gigs because I was like 16, 17. Right. So yeah, and they were like normally live bands. Those were the first gigs I went to and the ones I put on.
That's really impressive. The first ones you went to is the ones you put on. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like the whole running of that as well, considering you've never been to one. That must have been quite a lot.
Yeah.
How would you describe your style?
Euphoric. Yeah, I would say euphoric. At the core, I think I like music to make me feel something, you know? So when I DJ, I like music that, you know, takes people through a journey, like emotionally, spiritually, just goes through an array of emotions, like whether it's like thinking deep about something, like people don't have to be hype all the time, like jumping up and down. I'm fine with people just swaying, like, you know. So I love that. So yeah, I would say same with like what I do vocals on. I think I would describe it as like sort of smooth, romantic, soulful. Yeah.
So I read in a biography of yours online that you like to remain committed to your South African roots while capturing essences of UK club scene and also adding a touch of sensuality. Yeah. So could you kind of explain that description for me a bit?
Ooh. My roots are sort of deep within me, so like everything I do kind of always represents South Africa. And then because I spent my formative years growing up in the UK, obviously I've caught on to certain aspects of the UK culture. And with regards to the club scene, I've been to clubs in like all up and down the UK, and kind of felt the vibe for different genres as well. So, it's just kind of encompassing that which I have grown up with, but always at my core keeping my roots at the forefront, sort of. And then I like calmness. So that's where the sensuality comes in. I like really calm vibes.
Mm-hmm. What is the music community here like in Manchester compared to Vaal? Did you experience the music community much in Vaal?
Well, in Vaal, not so much, because when I'm in Vaal, I'm literally just at home, just at my house, or I'm at my cousin's houses. And then I would sometimes go out. So there's an event in Vaal called Vaal River Sundays, right? And it's an Afro House event, and it's, oh my gosh, it's incredible. It's like the space, because it's by the Vaal Dam, very beautiful space. So you're just by the water. It's at a beautiful location. It's like a hotel resort type thing. So it's outside. So, I mean, in South Africa, we do a lot of events outside during the day. So the whole daytime vibes is like a massive norm because the weather allows. And then, it always obviously goes into the night. And then in Manchester, it's like very diverse. I mean, it's very diverse in South Africa as well, but in terms of what I attend or am around in Manchester, I'm around a bit more of a diverse sort of musical scene. So from hip hop to neo soul to deep house, like everything basically.
What made you pick Manchester over London?
Oof. Well, I picked Manchester over London simply because of budget. Because London is just way too expensive. Like, I couldn't have an apartment like the one I live in here in London for the price. I'd probably have a room in London for the price I pay for the apartment here, which is a 2-bedroom apartment. So it's just like, I would really love to live in London, but it's just so expensive. I went to uni here, so I just kind of stayed after uni, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how has moving to Manchester kind of changed you and shaped you as an artist?
So it's made me more resilient, I would say, because there's not much of a space for what I do in Manchester. So I have to like really push myself in. And sometimes like I'm let into spaces and I'm shocked, like, oh, they've let me into this space. Okay, that's fine. And I'll literally be like that one unique artist who's doing what I'm doing. But yeah, it's just made me really resilient.
Did you start performing as a DJ or as a vocalist first?
As a vocalist.
Okay, and how has having both of these skills kind of improved your artistry?
Well, I picked up DJing because I was like, oh, I want to play my own songs. So I don't know how it has helped. I guess it helps with general creativity because you have to be creative to do both. Mm-hmm. So I think it just being able to be creative as a songwriter, as a vocalist, I don't know, I suppose my song selection is like it's one of my, if someone was to ask me what was my best feature as a DJ, I would say my song selection. Okay. Because I've seen crowds be moved by sets where they clearly don't know any of the music, but I've seen crowds react in ways that have shocked me because I thought, oh, this is going to be hard because I bet no one here has ever heard any of this music. Mm. But so, yeah, I think, that it kind of helped with that aspect of that creativity with regards to going into DJing.
Selecting songs that people don't necessarily know, has that given you more confidence in your own music when you're playing music to new crowds then as well, that, they might not know your music already, but they will resonate?
Well, you know what? Funny thing is no, because when it's your own projects, you're like a lot more critical. You're a lot harder on yourself, and it's like your baby. So at the same time, you want to protect it because you're like, oh no, if people make faces or whatever, then I'm gonna just feel like absolutely dying. So so sometimes it's just like, no, I don't want to play my own music, but I'm like gaining that confidence. Mm-hmm. So yeah, as I grow as an artist and like find my voice a bit more, I think I'm gaining that confidence. So it's a journey, like it's a never ending journey. It's been so long, but I'm still learning so much, like all the time. At every gig I learn something new. So yeah.
And enjoying the journey as well.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Stopped by now.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah. Music is not for the faint-hearted. Like the industry is not for the faint-hearted. If you don't really love it, you'd stop a long time ago. Yeah.
You have a lot of music in your discography already, starting from 2014. You have that song "Silly of Me" with Rosario, and it's very upbeat. There's a lot of percussive and bouncy beats in that. You've got "Touch Me" from 2020, and then your most recent one from May is "Tando Luam."
Yeah.
And that's very like chilled. Kind of when I listen to it, I feel like I'm listening to like loads of surrounding sounds as well. Like there's a whole like ecosystem going on around me.
Yeah.
And you know, that transition from 2014 "Silly of Me" to now with your most recent music is you can hear the transition.
Yeah.
How have you changed as an artist from 2014 to now?
Ooh. Well, 2014, I was still very young. How have I changed? I'm not sure. I know I've changed because I can hear it as well. And even with regards to my confidence when I'm in the studio, like massive difference from then until now. Back then, actually, I used to predominantly make music having never met the people I worked with. So everyone I worked with back in the day, I've still not met like most of them.
Really?
Yeah. So because I was like a bit intimidated by being in a studio, especially because it's like such a male dominated industry. I just thought I don't want to be in a studio. It's going to just be full of men. I'll just do everything remote. Like just send me the beat. I'll record the vocals at home and then I'll send them through.
Okay.
So yeah. Whereas now I can hold my own in the studio. I can be in a studio with anyone and it's like I'm fine.
It's like nothing now.
Yeah, like I'm confident enough to let my ideas be put forward as well. So if I hear something and I think this could work, then I'm confident enough to say, let's try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. If it does, that's great.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Crazy that you were able to make tracks like that without having met people as well.
I know, yeah. It's
incredible.
Yeah, I loved it because it like removed borders from music, you know. I worked with artists from so many places, from the Netherlands, from Portugal, from South Africa. Just, it was great.
You were part of Mixmag's top 25 artists to watch in 2025, which is incredible. You were number one on the list as well, actually.
Well, I think it was alphabetical order.
Well, but you were number one. You're at the top of the list. Okay,
thank you.
Don't cut yourself short.
Okay, well,
okay, you were number one. You were number one.
Yeah.
And within the section about you, there was a lot of talk about three-step sound.
Yeah.
Would you mind just kind of explaining a bit more about what three-step sound is? Because it's quite a new sound that's just started coming to the surface in 2022.
Yeah, so three-step is just like a fusion of like sort of Afro House and a little bit of amapiano, a little bit jazzy. Like it's a fusion of sounds that are quite prominent in South Africa, except instead of a 4 to the floor, it predominantly has a three beat, like 3 to the floor, I suppose I would say. So it has 3 beats instead. And one of the reasons I was one of the first people to kind of discover it is because the producers who pioneered it were producers that I was already playing the music of. So your Atmos Black, your Tugsin, I was already playing their music before they transitioned into three-step. So as soon as those tracks came out, or as soon as they were promoting those tracks before they were even released, I was already like, what's this? You know, and like hearing it. So I remember when I came back, I went to South Africa, and then when I came back and I was playing three-step, everybody was like, what's this? What's this? What's this sound? And I was like explaining to them, wow, it's three-step, it's this new sound, it's great, you know. So,
was the kind of audience and feedback from that when you were playing these sounds, was it quite positive?
For the most part, but there were places where I would play it. I remember I was playing at a Sip and Paint, and I thought with the audience there being predominantly from Southern Africa, it's a good place to test, because I was playing a set that was completely three-step. There was nothing else on it. So I thought it's a good place to test this genre to see how the audience resonates with it. But for the most part, they loved it. But there were times when because they didn't quite understand it at that point. There were times when people would keep coming to me and saying, what's this music? What are you playing? When are you going to change to the other music? So but this is what we go through as DJs. We introduce people to sounds, we introduce people to music. So yeah.
How has that experience been for you of introducing sounds to people?
It's up and down, It's like I enjoy it because I'm like, if I love it, people, most people will resonate with it. Because that's what I've noticed. That's why I say my song selection, I would say, is like my biggest asset as a DJ. Because I used to second guess myself and try to play for the crowd, which I understand because you have to read the crowd. So I'll obviously have certain hits that I know, okay, people will know within the set. But for the most part, what I do is I just try and take them through a journey and hope that they have the patience to understand where it's going and understand how it's supposed to make them feel, So, yeah, it's like up and down because sometimes you're trying to gauge, do they like it? Are they feeling it? Are they trying to understand it? Or are they just like completely switched off at this point? At which point you then bring them back with a song that, okay, they're going to know. And then, so yeah, it's up and down, but yeah.
But it sounds like you've kind of really analysed it and are very aware of like crowd reaction and stuff, which is definitely critical and crucial for a
very
DJ.
Much. Yeah, I mean, because of where I'm at, like being a Manchester-based DJ who plays a genre that isn't that popular in Manchester, I had to kind of learn how to, because I knew that, okay, most of what I play, most people won't have heard. So I need to find a balance,
Talking about sounds that aren't popular in Manchester, you created Faces of Afro House in March of this year.
Yeah.
What instigated you setting up Faces of Afro House?
So that's been an idea that's been floating around in my head for years. I've always thought, what, I would love to do back-to-back sets with other DJs and just sort of introduce them to my audience. I sort of get introduced to their audience. And also another thing about back-to-backs is I always learn new things from the other DJs. I always like take a little of what they do. I had a meeting with an agency and the guy referred me to Connor at Crop Radio. And he told me Connor might be interested in something like that. So I pitched it to Connor. Connor was like, I love it, let's do it. And then we just took it from there. And then from then on, like, it just started rolling. Once that conversation started, like, the wheel had already kind of started rolling down the hill and there was nothing I could do to stop it. I couldn't procrastinate anymore. I had to just contact DJs, set things up, and yeah. Amazing. From then on, it started. And now we're shooting season 3 in Amsterdam. Yes,
that's
at
incredible.
ADE, so I really can't wait. Like, it's going to be really great.
That's incredible, considering you started in March.
I know, right?
The trajectory is insane.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be doing season 2 in London, and then season 3 is going to be in Amsterdam.
Amazing. Oh my God, that's so exciting. Keep out for that, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait.
Have you, as an artist, gained more recognition since starting up Faces of Afro House?
I actually don't know. Maybe, quite possibly, because I actually have a lot of people contacting me from South Africa, DJs who are like, hi, can I be on the Faces of Afro House when you come to South Africa? Yeah, when you shoot in South Africa. I've even had an events company reach out to facilitate the Faces of Afro House in South Africa. So my dream in South Africa is to do at least three seasons, one in Cape Town, one in Durban, and one in Johannesburg. But we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. It depends on the facilitation of everything.
It's amazing to hear the kind of international outreach you're having from something you started in Manchester.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was the whole plan. I thought I want to start it in Manchester because I just feel as though in Manchester, people love music. So there's a space for Afro House. It's just that people don't know where to find it. They don't know it's there. And I feel like the Afro House community in Manchester is scattered. So I thought if I do this in Manchester, I'll do my research and I will, because I'm basically just trying to build a community where I know that as lovers of Afro House, we can have somewhere to go. We know who to reach out to. We can help each other out as DJs. We can put each other on events or, things like that. I was just trying to reach out to the community in Manchester to see where everyone is. And I realized that, wow, we we're really scattered in Manchester. So I'm like meeting all these DJs and I'm like, I didn't even know you were in Manchester. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, the plan was start season 1 in Manchester so I can build that community hub in Manchester and then start taking it around the world. I want to take it to London, like I said, and then all the other places in the world. There's talks of Morocco as well. So like, it's just like, it's I don't know, it's like once I started it, like once I started saying it out loud what I actually want to do and actually started to put plans in motion, things started happening, people reach out. So yeah.
You've kind of answered this question already, but what is your purpose with Faces of Afro House?
Yeah, to just build community, to show everyone what Afro House is, because I feel like Afro House has like so many different facets. There are, like, you could have an event with like 20 different DJs on the lineup all playing Afro House and it can all sound different, you know, because there's just different takes on it and it's very vast. It's a very vast genre. So I wanted to showcase that because Afro House is becoming a lot more globally popular, but only one facet of it is really reaching that global popularity. So I just want to make sure that like the raw, authentic sides of Afro House as well don't just get lost in the shadows. So everything is at the forefront.
Moving away from Faces of Afro House, going back to you, what is your purpose that you hope people get from listening to and seeing artist Lebo?
I've been doing music for so long that it's just kind of become a part of me. It's like breathing. I can't envision a life where I don't do music. So that's quite hard to answer. But I mean, a lot of times when I write, there's like a message to what I'm writing, you know. So I want people to resonate with the message that I'm trying to you know, put forward. I want people to wake up, like open their eyes to the world around them and have a lot more empathy of the way things are going and for themselves as well, because I feel like the world is so disconnected. Like, it feels like we should be more connected because the world has never been smaller in terms of how we've got reach all over the world, but we're also disconnected. You know, so it's just about connecting and bringing people together, really. And at the end of the day, I just want people to get the message that I'm trying to, you know, get out there. People are like getting away from like just being human, you know. It's like, it's a bit weird for me.
What future plans do you have? What projects have you got coming up? You're performing tonight, actually.
Yes. So I have a project with a producer called Kwesi. He's from London but Manchester based. And it's coming out on Express Records, which is a South African based record label. It should be end of August, but we haven't really finalized a date yet. But
TBC.
Yeah, to be confirmed. But yeah, it's called The Cape, and it's just like a sort of nostalgic track. It's not even out yet, but it's nostalgic. You know, it like takes inspiration from tracks like Still Remember You by Pluto and Beatenberg and DJ Clock. Like, there's a bit of inspiration from that. Well, that's when I heard the beat, that's the first thing I thought about. There's like a track by Nick Holder, All of South Africa Has Always Loved, since I was like really young. That's been like the track, and I kind of took inspiration from that track as well, because the sort of nostalgic feeling that the instrumental gave me when I first heard it was like, it just reminded me of that time, which I feel like was a simpler time, and musically was like amazing. Like, the music really made you feel, and the memories that were built on that music were incredible. So I've got inspiration from two tracks that like really shaped kind of my journey into just house music in general.
So how does everyone stay in contact with you? How do they keep up to date with everything that you've got going on?
So on Instagram, I am at artist Lebo, so that's Lebo, but hopefully you have it written down somewhere. But
I'll write it down.
At artist Lebo. You know what, my Instagram is the best place because the link in my bio then has all the other ways of contacting me.
One point that stuck out to me, which I'm sure you all picked up on, was that Lebo's first releases were collaborations with producers and artists that she'd never actually met before. And that is so fascinating to me, because although it's a shame that there was this kind of like slight anxiety because of it's such a heavily male-dominated industry, that she felt more comfortable doing it like that, it also shows how amazing technology is, in that she was able to find producers and artists from all around the world to create this music and kind of bring her dreams to reality with this music without having to meet them. Is quite an incredible thing to be able to do, and to be able to create something together. When Lebo was talking about how she uses her DJing and her artistry to help people understand that they're being taken on a journey, and a journey through music, old and new, that really supported the description of her artistry with the sensuality. You know, you're being taken on a journey, you're being led to feel these things, you're being left to feel a certain way after listening to her set or listening to her songs. It's all very well correlated, and it's emphasized through her answers to all the other questions. It's about embodying the music and letting it resonate with you. She wants you to be left feeling a certain way, and the feeling is so strong and heightened within her music that it is kind of a euphoric experience that allows people to connect. And like she was saying, that she wants to use her music to connect people and bring people together. That kind of ties in with this whole sensuality and feeling, because connection can't be made without feeling, right? Artist Lebo has had so much success with Faces of Afro House, and it really shows the passion that she has for it. Faces of Afro House is a community. She's building a community within the Western society for Afro House music. Manchester is a city that is all about welcoming a diverse range of sounds, and Lebo is trying to help emphasize that and bring all these people together that are so talented within the Afro House scene in Manchester, and also show the vastness of Afro House, because there is a certain type of Afro House that's becoming popular at the moment, but to showcase the vastness of it within the niche and show that there is just so much going on within one style. It was really great to catch up with Lebo. We've been trying to plan this interview for such a long time, and it's so amazing to hear all the stuff that she's got coming up in the works. I'll leave her socials in the description for you to go check out everything and keep up to date with her. Thank you so much, Lebo, for coming on the show. It was really great and refreshing to hear what you had to say about a niche that we haven't been able to dive into on the podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, drop a comment, leave a like, let me know your thoughts and feelings. If you're not subscribed already, what you doing? Hit that subscribe button for me, please. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to bring more guests like this, more niches, more energy, and I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you all next time on After the Applause. Bye.